All right. Well, welcome to the Pink Room. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining me today.
Pleasure.
Do you like the color pink?
It is cool.
We're gonna love it today. All right. The first segment, like I told you before, is called flashback. So we're gonna take it really far back. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this question, and you have to respond with what comes to your mind as immediately as possible. You ready?
Mhm.
All right. 26AR. What is the first song you remember hearing?
The first song I remember hearing when?
As far back as you can take it.
Damn. First song I remember
That you
hearing.
recall. It don't have to be literally the first song that came out of your when you came out the womb. But what's the first song you had an emotional experience with?
Emotional experience with. I don't know. It probably was like an old school song though.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
what
like
was it?
probably like I don't know. Jay-Z is song cry.
Song Cry. Let's leave it
Yeah.
at Song Cry. That's very on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Song Cry. That's one of my favorite ones
Oh,
too
for real?
of his, because I think for so long when I would hear Jay-Z, my dad was playing him. He
Yeah.
was playing more of his like gangster. But then Song Cry was run on the radio pretty heavily.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, he makes this kind of music too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that one. And I love feeling it in the class on the top of right, whatever that was called. All right. So that's the first song you remember hearing, but do you remember where you was at when you heard it?
I had to be in the crib. I was young. It was in the crib. My pops used to always play Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who else did he used to play?
He used to play a lot of people, like old school rappers like Wu-Tang Clan, Jay-Z.
Y'all so New York. Your pops from New York too?
Yeah,
Your mom's from New York?
yeah,
Golly, you New York, New York. See, I'm
yeah.
Southern rooted, so it was Outkast, or it was kind of West Coast too, but it was Outkast and a lot of old school like funk for me.
Yeah.
But okay,
A lot
so
of reggae too though. My people was Jamaican, like my whole family.
let's get into that. All right,
Yeah,
well, there's a section we'll get into that.
yeah.
All right, so when did you first realize your appreciation for music though? So this can be, you can think of it in a couple of different ways. Appreciation could be literally, oh my God, like I finally realized that music means more to me than just what I hear. Or it could be, wow, like music is my vessel of expression.
Yeah.
Like, when did it first mean something to you?
Like you said, like it's a vessel of expression. Like when I came home from jail, that's when it really. Well, when I was in jail,
Okay.
feel me? That's when I started like using music to express my thoughts, how I'm feeling.
What was one of the first beats you got on? Or explain how you got into music in jail.
Well, it was cause like I was bored. I needed something to do, and like at the time, like the New York drill scene was going up, and I was hearing about it. Like they was rapping about shit I was doing. So
Yeah.
feel me? I'm like, I gotta rap. This thing gonna go up, like, cause
Yeah.
I really live that story.
Yeah.
So for me, that's why I started rapping.
So when you got, well, let's get into when you got out, when you went straight to the studio at
Yeah.
square one. So
Yeah.
let's switch it up a little bit. We're gonna set a scene. You gotta get in position. You can put your palms up. You don't gotta do Indian style. All right, 26. It's
Yeah.
a Saturday morning. I know you and your four other siblings probably in the crib. I don't know if y'all in the same room, somewhere around about, but y'all just got up and it's time to start cleaning up, because you know that's what black mamas do, what black grandmamas do in the morning. And she got the food already cooking, breakfast already ready. Y'all about to start cleaning after breakfast. What song is playing in the kitchen or in the living room?
She probably playing. My Gmo was probably playing like Barry's Hammond.
Who was that? Say that again.
That's a reggae artist, like from back in the day.
So who's Jamaican? She's Jamaican.
Yeah, my grandmother.
Okay.
And the rest of my family too, though.
Okay. So actually, a question real quick. Side note: where can I get the best Jamaican food in my area?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
What's that flock, like Peppers or something?
Peppers, they be drying their jerk chicken out too much for me.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's a couple places though, but I don't know.
I really like this one man. He has it. He has a black grill truck that he just posts out on Throop in Fulton. He be there whenever it's nice enough, the weather's nice enough. But that's probably some of the best jerk chicken I had outside of Jamaica. Outside of that, I can't find good jerk chicken anywhere. And I used to work at a Jamaican restaurant, so I love Jamaican
Gotta
food.
take you to my grandmother.
Okay, so she make authentic. Okay, she makes the real.
She got
Okay,
the best food in the world.
the best stew
period.
chicken.
Best everything.
Okay, snapper.
Everything.
All right, say less. All right, so It's Saturday morning. He had
Yeah.
his G-Ma crib, and she playing
Barry's.
reggae.
Yeah.
Reggae is Barry's more like the slow sensual reggae or like the
Yeah.
boom 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 boom
Nah.
boom. Like
The slow, the feel good music.
I like that. Okay.
Calm vibe.
All right. Well, we're gonna come back to square one.
Yeah.
So you learn in jail that your vessel of expression is music, more so because you literally have so much, like you're not so much, but you have lived some of the lifestyles that have been rapped about and talked about, so you can get on the track and actually mean what you're saying and actually feel what you're saying and actually really like have like more meaning behind it. When did you actually just start to record music?
Start to record. When my first day home, I went home first. Then I went straight to the studio that night.
You got some Jamaican food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Granny food.
Got some
I had
Jamaican
to get that
food.
first.
All right. So then in the studio that night though, like, tell me about that night. I know you remember it.
Yeah, everybody came. The whole town came there. And they was just like excited to see what I was gonna say for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was it a freestyle that when you first got in the booth? How did it feel getting in the booth?
It was written. Like,
okay.
I had a whole notebook of songs.
You was ready to say.
Yeah, I knew what I was gonna drop first, second. Like my first song I dropped was Aaron Rodgers. I had that whole shit written already. So as soon as I just needed a beat. Once they was playing the beat, whichever one fit, I'm like, all right.
Yeah. You know what makes more sense to me now? Because I was like, obviously I read up on your stuff, but I have been looking into you for a minute because of my other job. My job is SoundCloud. Mm-hmm. But you being one of the more lyrical drill rappers, it makes sense now because you had so much time to write, and when you came out, you wasn't saying no just to be on a drill beat. You had already been telling a story that you couldn't wait to be able to put on a particular type of sound, right?
That's a fact. That's okay. Exactly it.
That makes sense. That premeditated like expression really does help before you get on the track.
For sure.
I mean, the GOATs like Jay-Z and stuff, they can just get in there and spit. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But I know within this genre, at least from my perspective, I see a lot of performative words, performative lyrics in general. Mm-hmm. And I be wondering, like, all right, so what does it sound like when you actually mean it? Yeah. And I see why there's the perception of you being more lyrical than just drill. I hate grouping artists into drill anyway, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. So shout out to that. All right, so before you even decided to start expressing yourself through music while you were in jail, were there any points in time when you were coming up that you played instruments or toyed around with music or toyed around with making sound in general?
Instruments?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't never played no instruments.
Really?
I used to play around with the piano, but nothing serious.
Who had a piano?
School.
Okay. Did you play the recorder in school? Did y'all have that out here in New York?
The what?
The recorder? Three blind mice. It's like a clarinet-ish thing?
Nah.
Okay. So you didn't necessarily have any music theory background at all?
I don't know.
You just had a story
My
to tell.
pops used to rap, though.
Okay,
I used to listen to them freestyle. He was not serious, though, but he just used to rap in the crib. Like, he had a whole setup.
Okay.
My pops, my uncle.
Similar to me?
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right, so your pops and your uncle used to just go back and forth, chopping shit with each other, rapping with each other. Yeah. Was that kind of like a family thing whenever everybody got together, y'all start freestyling?
Nah, not everybody. It was just them and they mans, they friends.
Okay. You never hopped in on any of them?
Nah.
You was shy, wasn't you?
I guess I was always shy.
Really?
I'm still shy.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I didn't want to say that on camera, but you give me shy a little bit. It's okay.
I can be.
It's okay.
Gotta loosen up. I gotta take a shot.
Yes. Come on, sip on. All right. So we talked about, we somehow got back to when you were younger because your dad and your uncle would rap around with each other, and you never necessarily hopped in on that. But then obviously you went to jail, and then you started writing, and then you came out fresh out the studio, or fresh out and hopped in the studio. Mm-hmm. Any of the tracks that you recorded that night, what happened with those, and do those play a big story in where you are now, or how do those play a story in where you are now? Yeah,
for sure. One of them is it was a Kodak beat. I remember it's called Coulda Been. I did that freestyle. I was talking my on that, but I ain't dropped that. I only dropped it on SoundCloud. And the other,
Oh, is it still up there?
yeah, it's called Could Have Been
All right, we can
Freestyle.
talk about that after this.
Yeah. Then there's another one called Aaron Rodgers. That was my first video, YouTube video, period.
Did it go? It hit 1 million, didn't it?
Nah, Aaron
Did it?
Rodgers, it hit like 100K.
Which one was your first one to hit 1 million?
I'm not sure. I think it was Maneuver. I don't think.
Okay.
But it could have been something else too.
All right, we'll talk about Maneuver later then. So what was your first CD you ever bought or first, well, hold on. You had CDs, right? I know you were a
CDs?
little young.
My pops had CDs.
Okay. What did you have?
I had PSP.
All right.
Like
so now we're
games.
getting into this age.
Like games. Yeah, like I ain't
Okay.
I probably had a, what you call it?
You could put music on PSPs, right?
What you used to call them, Lois?
The Nanos? Shuffles?
Yeah, I
iPod shuffles?
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Like it wasn't mine. I used to take my cousin like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever, do you know where they are to this day? The iPod shuffles? I
know.
randomly found one of mine like a year ago. Yes, it has some good music on there. I'm like, damn, I wish LimeWire was a thing again.
Yeah.
But okay, so what was one of the first things that you downloaded onto that iPod, onto that PSP or whatever, the first track?
I was straight listening to whatever on there. I ain't know how to download because you had to hook it to the computer.
Yeah.
So I was just listening to whatever on there.
What was on there?
I don't even remember. Matter of fact, I remember I had a flip phone and the first ringtone I had was Soulja Boy, Superman. I remember that.
Yo, that would be yours.
Yeah.
Mine was Soulja Girl.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Soulja Girl with a little chocolate phone.
Yeah.
All right, no, so I'm trying to get into like what you would listen to when you were younger though for yourself. Like you would hear what's around.
Yeah.
I know you like a lot of your siblings and y'all all stayed together, but like y'all different ages, so different overlapping times. But like outside of what you were around because of them, what did you go into your room and put your pillow over your head and listen to?
Everything. Reggae, old school music, R&B, rap, everything.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I like everything.
Ooh, speaking of R&B, what is? Oh damn, I want to ask you that later. That's part of a scene. I ain't gonna ask you that question.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to R&B later because I heard you like to play with your sound a little bit.
Yeah.
You might be doing some R&B or some R&B-ish sounds on something one day.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's your favorite R&B album? I asked you that.
Probably like it gotta be a Chris Brown one.
Yeah.
Chris Brown my favorite artist.
Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Just say that one. Yeah, that was a no skip one for me. What's your favorite one on it?
My favorite Chris Brown song.
Off Chris Brown, the debut album.
Oh, his debut album?
Yeah, the first one.
Which one is that? That's the one with
Say Goodbye.
Ain't No
Ain't No Way.
Yeah, it's probably Ain't No Way. My favorite.
Mine is Your Man Ain't Me.
Oh,
or Winner.
There's a couple on there.
Yeah, no, the whole thing.
Yeah, Pain.
Pain is on there.
Nah, it's just Pain. Like,
Oh,
that means
I
it's
keep
good.
hearing that slang. Yo, oh my God. I was in the studio with some people from Harlem not too long ago, and they're like, that's Pain, that's Pain. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, does it hurt? Like, what's going on? My bad, y'all. I'm just
like,
getting
hurt
hit.
is good.
Yeah.
It means like you feel it like pain.
Oh, okay. Like, you feel it. Like, okay. Oh, so that makes sense. They were saying his hair was pain. Your hair kind of crazy.
His hair?
Yes, there was that was one of the instances where they were explaining, or they were saying, "Oh, it's pain, it's pain."
It just means like it's good, like and whatever is context clues, like whatever around the world.
I think I get it now.
Yeah,
that's another like New York word that like when you got like game or something like that. Like what is it called?
What you mean?
Never mind. It'll come to me. Let's get back to the story. So we talking about your favorite R&B album, Chris Brown. Well, favorite R&B artist, but Chris Brown, and what you liked on that project. What about female artists though? Female R&B. I know you be in your bag with some female R&B.
Nah, for sure. I'm saying like
you give me Keisha Cole a little bit.
Keisha Cole, Pain.
Yeah.
Keisha Cole got Pain. Keisha Cole got Pain. There's a couple of them though. Beyonce got Pain.
Yeah.
Couple people got Pain.
Brandy.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them. Okay, well, what would like, so let's say you had like a little girlfriend or something back in the day. Like, what was her favorite little R&B song or female R&B artist? What she would listen to?
Female.
Hypothetically.
I don't really remember too much female songs. Probably But I remember like around that time I was younger, what was playing like Jay Holiday Bad.
Oh,
I
oh my
was hearing a
God.
lot of
Oh,
like that. Like
that was a ringtone for me once at one point. Bed, and my dad was pissed.
Neo,
So sick.
all
And I'm
that so
so
sick.
sick of us.
The other one with Plies.
Busted Baby.
Yeah, that's that band.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Ah, damn. Busted Baby was a
yeah,
song.
it's a couple. You say your dad was mad at you?
Yes, the bed beat bed. Jay Holiday Bed was my ringtone.
Yeah, that's
Cause
that
I didn't really.
band.
I mean, we knew what it meant, but it wasn't like no like. My
Yeah,
dad just didn't want that ringing on my phone, whatever. Oh, and he used to really be upset because I love that song "Lollipop" by
yeah.
Lil Wayne. That was a ringtone at first. I had a lot of "Busted Baby" was a ringtone at first too. He's like, "What do you want to be? Someone's busted baby? Do you even know what
Yeah,
that means?"
yeah.
Hey, daddy.
Then you got as a couple. I ain't gonna lie, you got that Drake song, "Find Your Love." Like this, it's coming to my head because I remember hearing all them when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. So then let's fast forward to when you, let's say maybe in high school. Was this when you were in high school? I don't know. But like, what did you play any sports? Let me ask that question.
yeah. I play basketball.
You played basketball. All right. What kind of music would you listen to get yourself in the mood for the court?
That's like more of like probably hyper music. Like that's probably more like hyper music,
What
gangster
kind of
music.
hype music? Who? When? Where? What? Why?
I was playing ball. Damn, what I was listening to. I don't know, probably like Lil Wayne, Drake. Yeah, Drake was turned that around that time.
All right. Well, this is actually a good transition to the next scene.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to get in position. All right, man. You've been training for this fight. This is a boxing match, right? You've been training for this fight. You got to close your eyes. Don't look at me. Melt into the seat. You've been training for this fight, your debut fight, for like the last 6 months. You're going against your main competitor, main op, whoever that may be.
Yeah.
All right, you got the whole town behind you as you walking out to the ring. What song is playing as you step out? The first person to step out on this ring. What song is playing?
26A on my set.
Okay, your song is playing. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
Set.
If you didn't have a song, what song would be playing?
If I didn't have a song, I'm about to fight.
What's your come out song? Fight song. Mine's Freestyle by Lil Baby.
Freestyle by Lil Baby.
Yeah. Shout out my that's me. Walking out.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Damn, I gotta think.
Think on it. Remember we walking out, we fighting. You know?
I be listening to Badman music, Jamaica.
Okay, if that's where you from, then rep that. Yeah.
As a fact.
Yeah, and then rep that. So you walking out to that. You know, it's always been really hard for me to get into Jamaican or Caribbean sound. Like I hear, but you know the parties, right? Everybody kind of got the same, like couple sets or couple songs or whatever that comes on in the Caribbean section of the parties. But I never really got into anything outside of what I would hear.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any roots there. I don't have any influence there. But I'm starting to understand more now living in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That shit is
they heavy
everywhere.
on that.
It's everywhere. Everyone think that like they be talking to me like I'm Jamaican. I'm like, I don't speak patois. They actually still speak it like out here.
Yeah. What's your background? Where you from?
I don't know. But apparently I'm Ghanaian.
You don't know where you from?
Well, like from the continent, from the motherland?
Yeah.
No. Do you?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about like as far as your background.
Oh,
like
the South, Mississippi.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm Southern.
All right.
Very Southern, but I moved around a lot. So I mixed and mingled in a bunch of different Arkansas, Indiana, Delaware, Louisiana, Atlanta, New York, any and everywhere. But my roots were more so Southern music. And even then, like I listened to a lot of Stevie Wonder and Prince, and well, my parents did. I still listen to them to this day, obviously. But
I'm with Prince.
Yeah, that's my dad's favorite artist. Yeah, they listened to a lot of funk back then. So it's interesting you talking about kind of like what your parents were listening to or the house you was in. My parents listened to they parents listened to almost. Like I think down south, like it was a little bit of a lag between adopting the new hip hop that was, you know, what New York really had going on. Because, like, really, my dad probably would have been... He had Jay-Z. He had Tupac. He had Outkast, a couple of them. But, like, they listen to a lot of the cookout music basically most of the time.
For sure.
Most of the time. So it is what it is. But all right, the next segment of the show, we're talking about your brink. So like one of your brink, BRINK.
Brink.
So like one of your milestone breakout moments. And we were talking about Maneuver earlier, but I kind of want to talk about what led up to Maneuver and like how you kind of grew into that moment. Because right, you got to be ready for that moment when it happens. He don't give it to or he or she don't give it to you until you're ready. So like talk about the story leading up to Maneuver dropping, and then the story leading down from it. Not down, but leading away.
I'm saying like it was just a regular song. We made it like I'm very consistent in the studio. Like I just be making mad songs. So I just thought when me and Rocco made it, shout out to Rocco, he on that song too. When we made it, we was just making music, regular music.
Okay, so y'all was just making a regular song, but it blew up. So it was no premeditated. Like, all right, we about to just go crazy.
It was natural.
Interesting.
Nothing forced.
All right, so when did you start to notice it was taking off?
Probably like, the views was going up fast. Views was going up like the fastest I ever had on my videos. So that's when I knew. But then it started going crazy on TikTok. You know, TikTok. Yeah.
That was, around what time was that?
It dropped around the ending of 2020, I think.
Yeah, like pre-pandemic.
It started going up on TikTok like a year later though.
Not pre-pandemic, but okay. But in the middle of the pandemic, it was going up.
Yeah.
What led to it going up on TikTok? I didn't know it went up on TikTok like that.
I think it might have been Ash NYC here TikTok up. He made like a little funny skit about it, like about girls saying it, like Trisha.
Yeah, Trisha. Yeah. That's where that came from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so really, you kind of got you, just like Ice Spice had that much.
Yeah.
You made Trisha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's okay. Now it makes sense. Yeah. All right. So leading off of that brink though, how did you leverage the momentum from that to build into what you had coming next after that?
I just kept the same like mentality, like just keep going, keep dropping. I feel like I should have focused more on Maneuver, but I ain't do that. I just kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the people did it for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, don't think about it like that.
But I could have helped though more.
Yeah, if you may have gotten involved in one of the skits or something. Are you
just focusing on that song type?
Yeah.
I wasn't really focused on that song.
You're not necessarily a social media.
And I like a skit person.
Yeah. I'm not either. I mean, unless I'm like doing this, but I'm not about to just sit there and think of random things just to say for fun.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense then.
For sure.
All right, so then leading off of that though, where that really was, let's say maybe a year and a half ago then?
Probably like 2 years, yeah.
All right, so how long you been with Def Jam?
Probably like a year, couple months.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about what you have next coming with them.
Yeah.
So what's next from 2016?
I'm saying there's a lot of things, a lot of content, stuff, freestyles. I got I'm about to drop my debut album with them too.
Yeah. I was gonna say, so this is gonna be the big debut, right? Yeah. All right. And the debut album, y'all, is like big producers, big, they come in
everything.
Big everything, big visuals.
Yeah.
Did you already have a track off of it yet? Come out?
Nah.
Okay, so I'm not behind. Good. I just want to make sure. So I'm like, try to do my homework, but I didn't see it yet. All right, so your big debut.
I think I might drop an EP first and then do that though.
Okay. Yeah. That's smart. Yeah. So all right, well, let's talk about the EP then.
Yeah.
What do you want people to leave this what do you want people to get from this EP? Like, as far as like, how you grown from Maneuver to now, like, are you trying new sounds? Like, what you gonna give us on this?
Yeah, I'm trying to like mix it up. Feel me? New sounds. I'm messing with new producers now, like bigger producers and shit like that, and a couple features too.
I heard you was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
OG Parker and them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheese Beats, OG Parker.
How you like being on them beats?
I with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they show love.
That wasn't your first time in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, it was.
It was? No wonder you didn't want to leave. Yeah. Atlanta,
I'm saying,
man.
the vibe, like
it's collaborative.
Yeah, like I was just in the studio and they was just walking in.
Yes.
It's just hearing me, it's just like, yo, hop on this.
Yes.
And I was just hopping on. Like,
that don't happen nowhere else, don't
I
it?
don't know.
I thought everything was like that when I got here, or even when I be in LA. Like Atlanta it means so much to music culture because it's this kind of place where you could be in a room like right now and shoot. I mean, not Jermaine Dupri, but shoot, the next Jermaine Dupri walking in, and now y'all already tight. So then you sitting there, y'all both bad boys again all over again because y'all know each other from 5 years ago in the studio. I met so many people from just being around, and I look over now and I'm like, oh, he's this now, or he's that, or me working in artist relations, I need contacts very immediately a lot of times. I'm 1 degree of separation from anybody I need to know just because of how Atlanta flows. So I with Atlanta. I'm glad you had a great experience there. Sure. Is there anything that you learned about yourself that you're taking or putting into your music now? What, from being in Atlanta? Being in Atlanta in general, or being in the studio in Atlanta? Like Atlanta got a different, like, arrogance about it. Vibe, yeah, a different vibe. Like, are you channeling any of that in your music? I'm saying, like, they making me like more comfortable on like trap beats and like that. Yeah, I would like to hear you on some trap. Yeah, I miss trap. I've been hearing all this New York for so long. Yeah, let's go back to the trap. For sure. We need that. That was fun. I remember back in college, like Waka and Travis Porter. That was what was playing when I was in college. Like, I learned a lot about myself through those nights. Twerking to that music. It was fun. It was pain. It was pain, man. It was pain. That was pain. I was like, wow, I feel something to this. This is different. No hands. You should do a no hands freestyle. No hands? Yeah, girl, the way you move it. Remember that song? Yeah, I remember that song. Roscoe Dash and them, Wale. Who else was on that? Yeah. Okay. So Atlanta was a good experience for you. Yeah. Did you collaborate with any female producers or artists out there either? Where the ladies at? Female producers, no. Female artists. I met a female artist out there. She signed a Def Jam. Her name Isis. I feel like I know who that is. I don't know. Yeah. I think I do. I've heard the name. Not no other female artists. I was really just focused on like me out there for real. Yeah. And like working with like big producers, shit like that. Yeah. Where'd you go to eat out there? Damn, I forgot what it's called. There's a couple places though. I was really like getting the food brought to the studio. I was in the studio every day out there. You was really just in the studio. Okay, so earlier, I ain't going nowhere. I was like, because I watched the interview before where he said he loved Atlanta. He didn't want to leave. I'm like, I already know why. But then he was like, I was in the studio the whole time. You got to get out and feel Atlanta. Because the vibe that you feel in the studio is what is outside too. Not to say you got to be outside. Plus, the streets in Atlanta is kind of crazy. So maybe you don't need to be out there. But it was safer back when I was coming up. It was a lot safer. I know what you mean, though. But that trip was just straight studio working. So you ain't go out at all? Nah. Damn, so my next scene was about to be like y'all pre-gaming and getting the Sprinter, y'all head to the club or something, and then what's playing, but that's not gonna work because you wasn't there. You was in the studio. All right, so maybe I'll remix it and come back to another scene. But I want to talk a little bit more about like your perspective on current music culture. So are there any trends that you're following in music right now that you're impressed by or that you like? Nah. What I'll hit like where? So let's say Jersey Club and kind of how it's being more popularized, or even drill kind of being like the resurgence of the voice in New York and how a lot of the drill artists are popping out of that box. As Rico Beast would say, popping out of that box and expanding their sound. And we know, how pop had kind of led that, and Chef G also like they kind of opened the door for drill to be a mainstream, mainstream music. That's one trend. I guess another trend is like TikTok being a really big vessel for music promotion. Like, what are some things you're noticing about music culture that you think are gonna gonna be beneficial for the long game, or maybe not so beneficial for the long game? I'm saying TikTok can help. It can help. I don't think it's like more so like long term though. Yeah. Yeah, like. Well, what's gonna happen after TikTok? They're gonna need another vessel after TikTok. Yeah, I feel like. What is it gonna be? Little mini AI people walking around? It's gonna be making good music, like. Making good?
making good music.
Oh, I think you said making good. I was like,
Yeah,
where that come from?
I feel like out here they don't really make good music no more. They just make music like and just
Yeah, I actually heard an artist say this out their mouth before. They made a particular song just for TikTok.
yeah, like that's what people
That's
doing
so
it for
weird
now.
to me.
They not making music no more, making good music. They just making it for TikTok or trying to just go up with one song like that.
But we're so addicted to these numbers and to seeing the streams go up and seeing like, okay, as soon as I post something and get 5 likes, put my dollars 500 likes. Like
Yeah.
we want to keep doing that provocative stuff or whatever. We want to keep putting the sounds out and putting that aesthetic out that's going to get that interaction, that engagement.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, at least from my perspective, they're more aroused by that engagement, but then they are the real art of what they're doing.
Yeah.
No one's teaching the art. I don't even know if it's got an art class anymore. I shouldn't have said that, but you know what I mean. Is there? I mean, I don't know. Is that going on? Is music class still a thing in school?
I don't think so. I ain't heard about that in so long.
Right. I know we're so far from it. I'm looking around like y'all definitely not at school either. I just wonder, like, you know, like again, I asked you if you played the recorder because I learned how to read music or even just how to hear different sounds through music class when they made everyone play that. Everybody had to play. Imagine a school full of a bunch of kindergartners blowing in a little flute.
Yeah.
That sounded crazy. But they taught you how to harmonize with each other through sound. So it's just different ways of learning music. I don't know if that's the case anymore. So if you're a teacher out there, comment on the bottom and tell us if you know if y'all got music class or choir or whatever. I don't know. So all right. Well, since I feel like we're losing a little bit of that touch. How do you plan on making sure your future seeds, or if you have kids already, are tapped into what real good music sounds like? Because I'll be damned if they growing up off this.
Yeah, for sure. I'm saying like probably you just gotta talk to them and just whatever. I feel like whatever you just playing around them, they gonna adapt to that regardless.
What you gonna be playing? We in the nursery.
to
Baby girl
music.
rocking back and forth. You rocking baby girl back and forth. What you playing?
In the nursery, I don't know. I play a lot of different type of music. Like I like soul music. I like old school music. I don't know.
If this was a what is it called, 80s party or whatever,
80s.
who would you dress as? What artist would you come as?
An 80s party? I don't know. I had a Nah, that's the
Or
70s.
let's do 90. Or which one? Whatever funkadelic vibe.
The 90s? The 90s, that's Tupac and them.
Yeah.
And Biggie, so.
Yeah.
The 80s was like, what, Rakim and them? Mm-hmm. 70s? I don't know, the 70s.
We getting far back.
You got the afro. Got the flared pants. That's the 70s.
I could see you with a little funkadelic vibe. It's giving a little bit. He likes the colors. He likes the right colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, again, more so on like what you plan to kind of teach your kids. You're gonna play good around them, but seeing as that you already have tapped into music being your vessel of expression, how are you gonna expose that to them?
I'm saying, like, just like you said, whatever your parents was listening to, you like drew to. For me, it's the same thing with me when I was younger. So I feel like that's gonna just hypnotize them anyway.
You mean hypnotizing? Oh,
like,
you mean
that
it's
shit
gonna
is
be ingrained in
hypnotizing.
it? Yeah, because what you grew up off of is ingrained in you. You probably still hear them sounds in your sleep.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? I know you say you have an older sister.
Yeah.
Did she have any influence on your musical taste at all?
I'm saying she just told me like I need to like make more music for females.
Yeah.
She told me that. Yeah.
Make some of the ladies sound. So can we expect that on this new project?
Of course, I got a lot of that. It's just not out yet.
It's not out yet.
Yeah.
What's your most like female facing record? Like, if you could tell me which record to go listen to right now, I would like. What would it be?
I just dropped like probably Heavenly or Influence or I don't know. It's called.
When did Heavenly come out?
Heavenly came out like a year ago.
Okay. What came out most recently?
I don't know.
Was that in the last 4 weeks? No, longer than that.
Probably like a month or two.
Month or two. Okay.
And another one called Influence. It came out like 2 weeks before that one.
Okay, I was checking the SoundCloud playlist. I feel like I had you up there, but I didn't know which one it was.
Put me on there.
You on there?
Oh, all
You
right.
been on there.
Put me on this some more.
You was on the radio station that we had too. You was a
Alright.
part of that. You even posted about
I
it. You
was
probably
supposed to.
didn't
I
know.
was supposed to do some. I remember I did a freestyle for y'all like when I first came home. But they never posted it
When was it? Oh, this was probably before.
around COVID.
Yeah.
I said something
I wasn't
about.
on. I wasn't in a role back then, but I know what you mean.
I said something about COVID. I think that's why they ain't posted. Like they couldn't post it. It was something like that.
Oh, they couldn't post it.
Yeah,
Well, I wasn't there then, but
yeah,
that's pretty fire still. I mean, we rapping about the times, right?
for sure.
It was COVID.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about COVID then. What are some things you learned about yourself during COVID? Because that was still kind of a transitional moment for you between 2020 to now. It's kind of really was like your build up to right now.
That's a fact. COVID that motivated me. I was working the most through that.
Yeah. But when you say working, what kind of setting are you in? Is it studio or is it like
Studio, then I'm shooting a video. I was driving a video every week around that time.
that also was probably playing into the social media stuff too, because you was going straight to YouTube with it, wasn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Instagram, YouTube.
And those TikToks and the blogs pick it up, and then I'm starting to notice what New York is doing.
Yeah, they
Y'all got a
still,
little community.
they still in my style. I started that for real.
You did the videos every week thing.
Yeah.
That does make sense because I see nothing but videos every week.
Yeah, but they doing it the wrong way. They doing like bad quality music. I was dropping like good quality music. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, remember you coming out of that premeditated, like I already know what sound I want and how I want to come out. And who are some of your main collaborators creatively, like your video producers or editors or et cetera, et cetera? Shout them out.
Ayo Lucas right now.
Oh,
That's my producer.
is he I think I just met him.
Ayo Lucas.
Yeah, in LA.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was just in LA with him.
You was in LA too?
Yeah.
Okay, so you probably might have seen him the same day. I was in the studio session, probably one of them same days afterwards. You was with him or whatever. You wasn't there for Rolling Loud, was you? Nah.
I ain't go to Rolling Loud. I was there though.
Okay, yeah. We was in LA at the same time, and I was I was kicking it with Ayo Lucas. He has some fire beats. By
That's
the way.
my main producer.
I didn't know
now.
who he was. He obviously stood out in the room because he's white, he's not black, and I'm like, this sound coming from him, like he goes crazy.
Yeah, he hard.
He has some little Chicos in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ayo Lucas, and then
when I first came home, it was A Loud and Eli with the.
I've heard that tag.
Yeah.
Eli, what yeah, I've heard that tag.
For sure.
Okay, so when you came home though, like how did you connect with them, and why did you connect with them?
They was been making music with my older bros. Well, A Loud was like my older bros that was rapping before me, and I just stayed in contact with him when I was in jail. Now I came home. He came to get me when I came home. Him and my came to get me.
And that's when y'all went to the studio. Wow, so you pretty much got the same tribe around you.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I feel like up here in New York, like if you pretty much find your tribe, you stick to it.
Yeah.
In other places, a little more like round, like not round door, but like, open door, but it's proven to be successful for you. I'm really happy you had that experience in Atlanta though.
Thank you.
When are you going back?
Soon I want to go back.
Y'all see? Well, you can see his face. Soon it lit up. Your face lit up.
Soon.
Can you hear me now? Ooh, I sound even better now. I love these mics. All right, so we have touched on so many different things.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to ask me about music? Since I love music so much, now you can talk to me.
Yeah, because you asking me some hard questions.
They just got pain in them.
What was your favorite song growing up?
My favorite song growing up.
And what genre was it?
Well, what genre? It was R&B. Not being Mary Blige. Mary J. Blige. Wow.
Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige. I remember just seeing my mom really enjoy her music. And there was that one song, Be Without You. I swear she was to cry to that song. And now I know what that song is about. But she was singing that about she had been singing that about my dad. For her, Tony Braxton, freaking Monica. Oh my God. Yeah, wait, hold on. Brandy.
There's a couple people who just reminded me now.
Yeah, see, this is where I was trying to take you. Yeah. No, so this is what happened, right? So I had a CD player. I had cassette players and everything before, or my parents did, at least before we got a CD player. But when CD players came out, my mom was like, I want them to have a CD player. So she got me a CD player. We go to whatever, Walmart, Target, or whatever it was back then. She buys everything on the end cap. Now, whatever was on that end cap at the time was what I started off listening to and feeding myself every night. And what was on that end cap was like 8701 and like Usher 8701 and Brandy, the second album, I think, or the first one. Whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Regardless, I just literally used to listen to Brandy, Usher, Alicia Keys, Monica, Toni Braxton over and over, a different CD every night, and I would go to sleep to them. So to the point where I started dreaming about these people, I for real. And it was real weird. I had this like crazy, I love, Usher's one of my favorite artists ever. One of my favorite songs ever is You Got It Bad by Usher.
My favorite Usher song probably Superstar.
Superstar? Okay. That's all Confessions, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's that
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Confessions 8701, there's always the battle there, but You Got It Bad is one of my favorites favorite songs, production wise, lyrically, everything. Jermaine Dupri is the GOAT.
Yeah.
The GOAT. But all right, so that was my favorite song growing up. What else? We got
What's
two more questions for you.
What's your favorite song now?
Favorite song now?
What's your favorite genre right now?
My favorite genre right now is Piano music.
Piano?
Piano music. It's a derivative. It's like a Afro beats, but house, but like, how would I explain? I keep looking at them. Like
I never heard of that.
Oh my God, you got to get on it. Stonebwoy was just here before you were here.
Stonebwoy, I met him the other day. I went to his album release.
Yes. Okay, wait. When was that?
It was like 2 days ago.
So you must have, I was in LA still. I would have been there if I was in LA still then probably. But yeah, no, he has a couple piano tracks on his new project, but it's I can like send you what I'm talking about, but the way to explain it is just kind of like a more like house electronic version of Afro beats. I don't even like saying that. Sorry, y'all. But if you hear it, you'll know what I mean. The best way I can describe it though is because I went to Ghana in 2021 to 22. So it was New Year's 2021, 22. And I also went to like a region out there where like it's the tribes are still a little more traditional and stuff. And they had like when you get there, there's like the entrance dance and everything, and they're dancing and they're whatever. I remember hearing that sound the next night at a party, but with trap beats on it and like, whatever. So it was like that sound taken literally from the ground, from feet on the ground to an actual track. And I just remember hearing the parallels between it. And I was like, wow, what is this? Yeah. And it was a derivative of Afro beats or of the Afro beat, but Piano itself has a little more brightness to it, in my opinion. And it's a little more like staccato, in at least the way people dance to it. Now, if y'all drag me for the way I describe Piano, go ahead and drag me. But if you could at least give me a freaking definition of it, then I'd appreciate that. I just tried my best. All right. So yes, that's it. Last question.
Who your favorite artist?
Right now?
Besides me.
My favorite artist right now besides you is Didi Osama.
Didi?
Yeah. He's it. He's a little superstar. If I was a little 16-year-old girl, he would be on my wall. He would be on my wall. Yeah. I really like him. I've always liked NLE Choppa. Yeah. Shoot. And Eam Triplin. I don't know if you heard of him.
He from out here?
Soldier Brat. Nah, where's Eam from? I forgot. My bad, Jake. He either from Atlanta or Jersey. I don't know. Whoops. I don't know where he's from. But Soldier Brat, Wolfface Joey. Oh my God, gotta shout out Wolfface Joey. He works with Where's 22. Where's 22 produces a lot of his tracks.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He sent me some beats before.
Yeah. They kind of got the little Jersey clubbish vibe to him a little bit. Yeah. So those are my favorites that I'm looking at. Didi and NLE's had his time, but he's gonna have another one really, really soon. Soldier Brat, shout out to my shorty down in the A, and Wolfface, right out of Staten Island.
For sure. That's
really it. That was fun. I like it. Okay, well this was a tough one because I was trying to get you through that pain, but we got there. We did. I learned a lot about like your influences, honestly, and how soul is really ingrained in you. I can see that there is a really big line of demarcation between the people that appreciate that kind of music and had that kind of music influence and the ones that just don't have it at all.
Gangsta. And
you made the cut.
Say no more.
You made the cut. All right, y'all. That was the Pink Room with Drea featuring 26AR. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Until next time, and be on the lookout for his project coming soon.
So, Shalom.